Hello everybody, my name is Scatter. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. I'm down here in what used to be my Grains of Infinity production setup. It ran out of flint and steel ages ago because I didn't keep up with it, but I have about 3,000 in this drawer here, which is, I don't think, going to be enough for the entire playthrough. So I'm going to step this up a little bit in a way that doesn't require maintenance as well. So I was told in a comment a while back, actually, that if you get a bucket of blazing pyrotheum, which this is, just melted some down in a crucible, then this happens. So the netherrack is going to catch fire. Now, exactly how this creates the grains of infinity, I'm not sure. Maybe the fire spreads. The fire spreading would make sense. And it looks like it does. I'll just finish the thing there. And so maybe... Is it going to spread? Because it definitely did spread to that block there. I don't know if it's going to end up spreading all the way, you know? So, I mean, it looks cool, if nothing else. But I wonder if maybe I should move it out a little bit more. Okay, this is definitely looking a little better. So what I've done there is I just moved it out a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see there is a fire block between the netherrack and the pyrotheum. So... That's about as good as it's going to get there, I think. Now I can just set up this absorption hopper, which I kind of regret putting where it is, but that's okay. Can I reach it from here? I can, and it is getting them. If I go ahead and show area, unfortunately it's a bit small to actually get most of this. Maybe I'll get some range upgrades for that, but it does seem to be getting some, so that's really what matters. Right, let me take that out, and I'll just move that, not north-south. Move that down a little bit just to make sure it gets on the ground. And hopefully I can get the ducts out here without this totally breaking. Now, I'm not sure if I can do that. Oh no, the hang glider is screwing me here. Okay. That's the question. Are these going to burn up the item ducts, or are they going to... Are they going to do me well? I would rather have them not go directly through the fire. But I think maybe there should be fine. And then I can just throw that back there. And now they should start coming through. I can't see. There they come. No, the hang glider again. So this is good. Now, I don't know. I haven't decided how I want to bring these upstairs yet, whether I want to set up item ducts. Because I'm obviously down at bedrock. I want a way to get these all the way up there. Didn't like that sound. Yeah, so I could either interface this with my ME system or use item ducts. I'm thinking item ducts are probably the smarter way to go since they're so much cheaper and I don't have to worry about channels and whatnot. So let me run some of that up. Okay, now I've got this duct running all the way up, and there's no real reason for there to be a drawer down here. I'll just put this drawer upstairs, right? So for example, like those wouldn't be getting picked up by it. We'll turn the area off for this. Hide area. Is that that's raising it up? No, that's not what I want at all. Right. Wait, am I right about that? I still don't know. I just want to make sure this is 4. I still... No. Now it's raised up. Yeah, okay. So this is good. So it was fine before. I just want to turn off the area. There we go. And I can get some range upgrades for that if they're not too expensive. And I'm sure that they're not. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know why I said that. Okay. So now these... Whatever this picks up should begin to make their way up, and I will just make sure to put the drawer down in the system. And because this is just a totally free, totally passive material, I'm going to go ahead and put a void upgrade on this drawer as well, so they don't clog up the system. The next step in the auto crafting process is actually one of the simplest ones so far, but it's also one of the most important. It's going to be the simple machine chassis from Ender.io. So this is very useful. You need to make the simple machines in order to make the advanced machines most of the time. Yeah, it's going to be very, very useful. But it's really simple. So it's 3 ingredients. This we're making already. This we just automated. And this we're making already. So I'm just going to stick it right here next to this. Oh, wait, sorry. That machine's making dark steel. So I'm actually going to put it back here where I'm going to make the energized dark ingots. Now, this is unfortunate because the thermal machines cannot do input or output on their front face. So I'm actually going to have to use the conduits for this, which is I'm totally fine with. Or am I fine with it? Because, no, that machine doesn't have any free sides. You can't possibly be using all 5 sides for something useful. Right? I mean, I could free up your bottom side and use a fluid conduit. Or not a fluid conduit, an energy conduit. I think that's the way to go. As sloppy as that is, I do really want to free up a face for this so that I don't have to... Well, you know what? No, it's fine because I will actually just put it back here. And then I'll... Because it's not going to... It doesn't take an extra channel to... If I'm already using a channel for the ME system. Yes, okay. Sorry, I'm so indecisive. This went a little bit differently than I envisioned it. But this still works fine. And do you know what? As a matter of fact, as long as I'm already using the capacity card and an ME channel, I'm just going to use all... I'm going to get all 3 of the ingredients through that. Rather than use a conduit channel on this main network, I'm just gonna do that. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Let me know if I'm being very stupid. It may be the case, but I think I'm fine. So all I need to get, energized dark ingot, machine frame, and grains of infinity. And those should be my 3 ingredients. Plug in the recipe here, and that should be all done. That should be fully automated now, which is excellent. I've turned it on round robin mode here just to make it a little bit more effective. There's our first automated simple machine chassis. Can go ahead and throw that in the drawers right next to this. And there we go. Now I think for the next few drawers, I don't want to keep around... I'll keep around the industrial, right? That's fine. I don't think I'm going to want to keep around too many of the Soul chassis or the End chassis or the Enhanced chassis. I think I just want to go straight to enhanced machine parts with that. And I think to that end, I'm going to rip out this tier 3 crafter and just use this for that instead. Because I think the system I have going here, I'm becoming less confident that it actually works the way I intended. I would like to leave it run... I would like to leave it on for a little while longer just to see if it works. But I mean, well, look at this. No, I can see that it doesn't because I took 4 of these and they're still not there because the output is clogged up. So it absolutely does not work the way that I want it to work. I'm just going to make more of these simple crafters. And now that the simple machine chassis are automated, it's easier than ever to do so. And actually, would you look at that? I didn't know this worked that way. They don't even have to be laid out in the same pattern. They are, and it works as a way of limiting the ingredients, but they literally just work as long as you have the same. So I just stuck on round robin mode here, and it just works, which is incredible. They're coming in super, super fast. Wow. Excellent. That's a really big one. The next one, I have to automate all these dyes and stuff. And it's a little bit annoying. End steel, melodic alloys. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but really not that bad, especially now that we automated that we can make as many Ender IO machines as we want. It's going to be a lot of alloy smelters, I think. We should automate capacitors too. Oh, the possibilities are endless, and we're so close to jumping into chapter 12, all ready to go with a ton of iron casings because we're going to have everything all automated up. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Let's get cracking. So I think what makes the most sense for the machine parts autocraft, because there are a lot of little individual parts to it that we aren't doing any of right now. So I'm going to put the majority of this over here, and I'm going to have another P2P bus over here to get another full 32 channels. But before I do that, I want to change up what I'm doing here for the mana dust powders. So I don't think there's going to be a realistically sensible way to do what I want to do here, which is to save these intermediate products and the mana dust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. I'm going to replace it with a crafter tier 2. Okay. It can only do 4 recipes, but that's fine because that's all I need them to do. And what you can actually do here, remember the current items in the internal and external buffers, which means even if you, now I think I do have a limited item filter on here, but I wouldn't need it because I would still just get a stack, okay? And then everything that's coming in, I'll leave it alone because why not? But yeah, you don't need it. I could just say, remember, let's go forget and remember now. And then if I took these out, see, there's still a snowball there. And then I could just put like some cobble or whatever junk in the other things and remember those ones. So limited item filter is absolutely not necessary for this. I didn't understand what the R and F buttons were for, but now I do. Now I'm just going to reset all 4 recipes in here. Okay, so all 4 of those are there now. Now the issue though is that, see how it made an extra one here? I don't want it to do that. I want it to make this. Okay, so now I'm hoping that if I press R here, that counts this buffer here, meaning that none of these other ones can be used up by another item. And I'm almost scared to take one of these out to see if that's going to be the case. So R, remember, it is the case. Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. And I can even put it back in the output. So that is exactly what I wanted here. And then just for the sake of it, because I know I'm not going to want any more items in here, I can throw those in there, remember, and I can take them back out. Well, no, because I think I just tried to remember. There we go. So now I could take that limited item filter out. And I really, really hope this is the case. These are always going to be only up to a stack of each of these things, which is just fantastic. All of these should be working now. Great. Yes, and that's so perfect. Okay, so then all of these are just going to go straight into a simple crafter from Ender.io. This is going to make the mana dust. And because this is such a simple, awesome machine, all I need to do is extract, and this is a completely separate bit of conduit. So all it's going to do is put everything in the right slots there. Amazing. Okay. And now all it's going to take is you are going to connect up there. And before I forget, definitely going to want to remove that connection there. And with that, the only other thing this needs is RF powder. So previously that was coming in here on the yellow line. I removed the yellow line over there, and it's just going to come in here on the lime line because that's where it's coming in otherwise. And then you're going to make all of these mana dust, and if there were space in the drawers, it would be coming out there, but there's not, so it's not. So that is exactly the kind of setup I wanted. You are still going to output to the drawers, and you're going to output to your friend here to make the mana dust. That's exactly what I wanted. Now, I don't know why these get backed up in the way that they do, but I don't think it really matters because they're only getting backed up with the item that they're supposed to have. So it's fine. I did get some issues earlier, but I think it's going to be fine now. But anyway, now I need to get another P2P tunnel over here to start on the machine parts auto crafting. And for that, I'm going to need to adjust some things. The ME system is a little bit of a mess, especially around these inscribers. So I'm going to change that now. I've made a bunch of these ME controllers, and I'm going to go for one of these setups that I've always seen, but I've never actually made one. So the thing with the ME controllers is they're a multi-block that can go up to a 7x7x7 enclosure, basically. But you can't have like a block in between other blocks, essentially. So one that I've seen a lot is just like a U shape like this, and then that continues out this way. And it's basically a very dense cube. It's based on the Hilbert curve, which is a space-filling 2D, or it's a 1D, I guess, because it's a line, but it fills space. It's a cool concept if you want to look it up. But maybe it's a bit overcomplicated for something like this. But in any case, let's go ahead and get this connected. And this is going to be our new ME controller. Great, perfect, amazing. Okay, so this one can go away. And we just need a better way to connect up everything like P2P channels. So P2P channels are cool because they don't actually need to be connected to each other. They just all have to be connected to the system somehow, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I will try and explain the best I can. So basically, here's a P2P channel, right? Now it's connected to the system. Now it's using multiple faces, which is a little, you know, I mean, it's whatever. There's going to be more than enough faces available here. But so that's going straight into there, and it's connected to the ME system. So we can have a cable coming out of here from any of the faces, no matter if it's connected to this or not. And as long as we put a P2P channel there, that can connect up back to the system through this one or through any ones that are here. So that's going to be really convenient because basically you can just throw a P2P channel. You can throw as many as you want here. As long as they connect back up to the system, it's fine. And this isn't an efficient way to do it, but I really don't need max efficiency right now, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. The one thing I do need is to have enough channels going across to support everything that's going along the way. So I think what I'm going to do there, well, what I could do is make a bunch of dense cable, but I don't think I really have the resources for it, or at least not before I start auto-crafting Fluix, because that is a lot of dense cable. So what I can have, I'm also going to get rid of this because I don't really see a need to turn off that connection at this point. There's an import bus going here. I may be able to get rid of that somehow. All the stuff up there is fine. Well, the import bus here can just connect this way. So let's actually just get rid of this. And you can get connected through here. So that's how you're going to connect to the system. And then you are going to come back here. Right? So then that's an extra channel there. And so then that's 1, 2 for that storage bus, 3, 4 for those. And actually, I never use this terminal anymore, so I am just going to go ahead and get rid of that as well. So now that should just be like 4 channels or something. This is enough at this point, is the point I'm trying to make. So I can just run some more Fluix over there and have another one of these mainline channels going down to what will be the machine parts sub-factory. So let's get that going. All right, I got 2 memory cards loaded up. One for the plug and one for the load. And yeah, it doesn't matter which is which because, you know, they're just going into the system. It really doesn't matter. Like the things that would distinguish them are on the on this side, right? Not on the other side. So it doesn't matter which one they can link to. And so that means we now have another 32 channels to use. So especially now, like before I wasn't worried about it because I always kind of knew I was going to be able to do this. But especially now that I've done it, I really feel like I don't care about using channels. It's not a concern whatsoever. So we have a fresh new 32 channels to look at. And I really want to, I'm going to cover this back up at some point, probably just with dirt or something. But you know what? Actually, let me do that now. Is that any better? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so machine parts. Okay, so yeah, I want this to be a little sub-factory. I don't think it makes any sense to connect it up with the rest of these, especially considering I'm probably going to be using some conduits to pass stuff around. I'm really not sure yet. But the first thing that I think is going to be annoying to make here, I need 3 kinds of these industrial dye blends, right? So I need this one, which needs organic black and organic green, not to mention crushed lapis and nether quartz. I also need soul dye blend, which needs brown and black, and the nether quartz. So that one is just a subset of the other one, I think. Or did the other one need brown, actually? No, it didn't. So that's the one that needs brown. And then the worst one, of course, is this one, which uses grains of piezoality, which is a lot of pulsating iron and diamonds, which we're going to have to auto-craft over here as well. So for the dyes, that needs alloy smelters, and I'm definitely going to make the fast version of the alloy smelters, but something else I want to auto-craft, and I probably should do it over here, is capacitors. I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't know how many Ender IO machines I'm going to make going forward, but it's probably enough that auto-crafting the capacitors is a fine idea. I mean, I think they're used in some crafting recipes as well, so I think it's probably a good idea. And I mean, they use materials that we're already auto-crafting, or at least that one does. So it shouldn't be too hard to do this here. One idea from the mana dust crafting that I really like is what you could call like the drawer setup. So people who aren't me would come up with a better, catchier name for that, but we'll go with drawer setup. But basically, what you could do is just take out everything that you need for whatever you're crafting. just in general. So for now, I will take everything I need for capacitors and just put them all out in this drawer system, I should say. And so for the capacitors, what that means for things that we're already crafting is not that. So energized dark ingot, grains of infinity, steel rods, which will make us the basic capacitors. We also need coal to pulverize, and we need gold, redstone, and glowstone. Now with a second capacity card, you can bring this up to the full 9. Unfortunately, we're going to need exactly 10 items here, so I'm going to have to use a second one anyway. So that's not going to be too useful, but it is good to know for the future. Finally, for the octadic capacitors, we're going to need glowstone ingots, which I'm not sure if I'm auto-crafting right now, but I can get that set up as soon as it becomes necessary, which is going to be right now. And ender pearls. Oh, wait, no, we actually do only need 9. I thought I counted 10. Why did I think I counted 10? Okay, yeah, we can just all set this up in one thing and we can save a channel there. Okay, so this, believe it or not, are all of the raw ingredients we need to craft octadic capacitors. Now, I would like to save all 3 levels of capacitor, because if nothing else, then I think they can be useful as crafting ingredients themselves for just like random stuff that we're not going to auto-craft. And, you know, it's just one space in the drawer. Like, saving them doesn't really affect much. All it means, realistically, is that I can't use the RF Tools Crafter, which might have otherwise been more useful. But I will put... I'm going to wait to lock these. But I am going to put that, and make sure this is on round robin, so we actually get everything here. And of course, we put the storage downgrades on everything. And as soon as they all fill up, we can go ahead and lock the drawer. So now we're only going to be getting exactly what we need here. Off rip, we can just go ahead and craft the basic capacitor. And because this is such a good machine, as soon as I load it in there, I can just go ahead and pull from the drawers. I shouldn't need to filter this or anything, as it should only pull the items that it has to. Now, if I was smarter, I guess I would have put all 3 of these in the same drawer, although it really doesn't matter too much. They are going to get put in here. Please don't prove me wrong. Yes, amazing. Okay, so this is exactly what we want. It's not getting the energized dark ingots. It's just because it's pulling those first. That's fine. So there we go. And it's making those exactly as we would expect. And it's going to get one of those on the output. Now, the only other thing, I need to put these into my storage drawers. And I also need to run the output conduit up so that I can do that. Now, again, I don't want this connected to the main system. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful there. But, yeah, we can go ahead and put these in this one here. Why not? And now I just need to run the conduit up so that it automatically... Well, I don't need to run it all the way up, actually. I can just run it over, which would probably make a little bit more sense. So you can go out there, and green goes to the drawers, the default, as always. And now it's connected up to the main system. And whatever comes out here should be going into the drawers. And there we go. There they go. Okay, so now I just need to craft them into the double layer capacitors. This takes a little bit of an extra couple steps, because we need an alloy smelter to make these, and I will make the not simple one. I'll make the big boy one, just so it can run faster. Well, I mean, I don't need it to run faster. Will I do that? I might just make a simple one, because that's the whole thing about passives. You don't need them to be fast, right? I moved the crafting terminal over here for now. Alloy smelter. Let's just go simple. Let's just go simple alloy smelter. I don't see any reason not to do that. So that can go there. And you can make your energetic stuff. Now this, I'm probably going to have to filter. I don't see a way not to do that because I can't like save a recipe in this machine. So let me grab a filter, which hopefully I have one, just a basic one. Big item filter, I'll go ahead and make a basic one because I don't need anything more than that. I don't want to waste the other stuff here. So go ahead and do that. So you can be input, and then you're only going to get this, this, and this. Can't shift click. A little bit annoying. And that's a whitelist. And you can go ahead and insert. And there we go. So that should be making these now, which are then going to be output to another crafter for the other capacitor and another machine to combine with those. So that needs to kind of split off two ways here, just like so. And the crafter is going to make double layers, and the alloy smelter is going to combine those with the ender pearls, which conveniently, and I wish I could say I did this on purpose, are in the bottom drawer, and they're the only thing in there, so you can just go ahead and do that. And the alloy smelter is an extremely smart machine that does not put items in more than one slot. Ender IO, I'm finding with this auto crafting business, is really just the best machine at doing all of this stuff. So my main concern right now is that the energetic alloy ingots are not going in here, but I assume they were just all going in here first. I don't know why they would be prioritizing that. I guess there's probably a round robin mode that I can turn on, and hopefully it will fix that issue. Remains to be seen. I'm confident either way that when it backs up, it will do what I want. But they do take a long time to run, so I guess that's the one disadvantage when you're getting, oh, not the one disadvantage, but it's one of the disadvantages. In any case, you are going to be making double layer capacitors, and you're going to want to be connected up. Where is my tool? There it is. You cannot be connected on there. Hopefully nothing insane happened. No, it looks like nothing insane happened while they were connected. Okay. But yeah, this is great. It's just waiting on more steel rods, which we can hear happening right here. And that is a bit slow. I may actually make a few more metal presses just for steel rods, because that's the only way to speed that process up. But, you know, again, it's passive, so it probably doesn't matter too much. But anyway, so there we are, and we're getting some of those. The other thing we need is pulverized coal. So I'll go ahead and make a mechanism crusher for that, I guess. And there we go with the pulverized coal. So I have that going here, coal going in there. It's all filtered, all good, coming into here. Now the sides of this machine are looking a little bit grim, but we are actually fine because there is still a free side here. All we're going to want to do there is pull out the double layer capacitors into a machine to make the octatic capacitors, and we're already making nearly everything we need there. We just need one more simple crafter, and I can go ahead and put that right there. Now these can go there. Now I don't want that. You can be separate, and then you extract there, and you extract there, and I need to tell you to make this, and now you should start extracting as soon as I let you. So there you go, that's perfect. Now all you need is glowstone from this middle drawer here. And it's going to cross this, but I can just use a separate channel, that's fine. I will go ahead and remove those connections though, because that's a bit too much to do with channels in my opinion. There we go. Not too much, but it's more annoying than it has to be. So I will make you insert on brown, and that's not going to be an extract. And then you extract on brown, and I don't need to filter it because this machine is awesome. There we go. And there's our first octatic capacitor. So given enough time here, this will all get going, and all I need to do is take these and go ahead and put them into the drawers. I don't actually have any double capacitors in the storage system already, so I will just go ahead and make one just for the sake of getting it in the drawer early. There you go, and there you go. Okay, so that's a really cool thing. And I mean, with those capacitors, and as soon as we get the better machine cases going, we can really start to make use of some of the advanced Ender IO stuff. I'm looking really forward to that. Really forward to that doesn't make any sense? I don't know. But anyway, there we go there. So, I mean, they're slow. Like I said, they're slow. But that's okay. I can just leave it running. And, yeah, that works great. I'm super happy with this. Assuming it's not going to run out. I don't think it will. I think everything here is set up to work and just work, you know? I think the mana dust here is good. It looks good. Mana dust situation looks great. Yes, I feel like I've unlocked something with this new info on the RF Tools Crafter. I feel like I'm going to be making good use of this for the machine parts. At least I hope so. Should be fine. Because, like, how many am I going to want to make? So I'm making the simple ones already. Then I'm making industrial, soul, end steel, and enhanced. If I could make all those in the same damn RF Tools Crafter, I think. We're going to have to test it out. Because I don't think... I'm still not sure if there's a good way to, like, extract them and put them back in. Self-feed might be the way to do it, though. Self-feed, I think, is a very powerful thing that I don't quite fully understand. But I will commit to you right now. On tomorrow's episode, we fully finish automating machine parts. After that, we're going to jump straight into Chapter 12. I know it's been a long time getting all this auto crafting business set up, but I think it's worth it. I think it's necessary. I think we have the necessary infrastructure at this point to expand this, not indefinitely, although maybe indefinitely? I really don't know, but I'm feeling great about the playthrough. The resources are piling in. Something that I actually also did that I didn't mention just before this episode here is I made a couple of higher tier storage drives. So I have 3 64Ks in here, and then in the deep dark, I have a 256 one. I think ideally I would want to get all these at least 64K, maybe 256. I don't know how necessary that is, but I mean, it seems like something I would want to do. And then I realized you can actually extract your, I don't know if I have any empty ones here to show it with. None of these are empty? Wow, okay, well, what you can do is if they are empty, you can actually just take the storage component back out. I never realized you could do that, but there's a lot of optimization and like kind of sorting to be done there. But yes, with all this new infrastructure and stuff, I'm super happy. The last thing left to do here really is automate Fluix, which I'm told there's a way to do just with that formation plane, but I wasn't able to get that to work, so I really have no idea. It can really, it can really wait until integrated dynamics if I have to, or I can just manually craft some. But anyway, I'm completely losing the plot here. Before I end here, I will just go ahead and connect this back up to the system, as I just realized it is not, and I'm not getting any of the stuff from the Stoneworks factory, but now I am. So that was a little bit close. I switched this one over to making silicon instead of sand, because honestly, I have enough sand. Or that was the glass one, maybe? No, that's the glass one. I have enough of both. Honestly, I just needed the silicon. But in any case, I've rambled long enough here. And I think that's going to be the end of this one. So like I said, tomorrow, machine parts. And then, that's going to take the whole episode, let's be real. Like, I would like to get to just the very beginnings of Chapter 12. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does, cool. If not, it will definitely be the day after. But there's huge progress incoming. And then hopefully after that, we've like kind of gotten this out of the way, ripped the Band-Aid off. And now whenever we have to make big progress, it's only a matter of just adding it to the auto crafting system. It's not going to be this big to-do that lasts like a week like this has. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, for now, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.